there are three revolutions taking place simultaneously right now. One is a money revolution. One is a financial services revolution. And one is a next generation internet revolution. So on the money revolution, Bitcoin and Ether to some extent, but Bitcoin, surely it is the most secure network out there, is the first, and each one of these words is really important. The first global, private, decentralized monetary system ever invented. And it is going to have profound ramifications.
Hello and welcome to Smart Tech Ideas. In today's video, the founder and CEO of ARK Invest, Cathie Wood, updates about the current volatility and crashes in the crypto space, the importance of regulation in Bitcoin's adoption, and her long-term outlook regarding the future of cryptocurrencies. Cathie Wood also shares her thoughts on innovation and emerging markets and the impact of China's Bitcoin ban on the overall adoption. Make sure to stick around till the end of this video where Cathie Wood speaks about stablecoin crashes and how it will affect Bitcoin. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notifications. So without wasting any time, let's dive right into the video.
In a broad sense, we have never been like this moment in history in terms of the amount of change that is it's already started. We feel the ground, as you just said, shifting underneath us. It has already started. 5 major innovation platforms evolving at the same time. You have to go back to the early 1900s to see anything like it. You had 3 platforms then. You had telephone, electricity, and automobile. Today you have DNA sequencing. You heard it on the conference, DNA sequencing, robotics, energy storage, artificial intelligence, blockchain technologies. All of them are in exponential growth trajectories, and they are converging with one another in massively important ways and profound ways. And they're going to deliver, we believe, if you just take a look at the technologies themselves, over the next 10 years, we believe the market cap associated with these 5 platforms and the 14 underlying technologies is going to scale at a 30% compound annual rate of return. These are astonishing rates of return.
Cathie Wood attempted to reassure investors that she would recover in 2022 after her flagship fund ARK underperformed in the prior year. In December 2021, she opined that innovation stocks appeared to have entered a region of high value. She reiterated that her current techniques might generate a compound yearly return of 30 to 40% over the next 5 years.
And we can add another wrinkle here, part of our research, which we talked about during the conference, which is, with the way the electrical grid is evolving, we could see Bitcoin mining become a part of that infrastructure, so that here in St. Petersburg, for example, we fill up our energy storage units quite easily because it's so sunny here. The overflow could go to Bitcoin mining, which would accelerate the shift towards renewables. Because the whole ecosystem will become so much more profitable over time.
After 6 months, ARK is beginning to resemble a sinking ship. The innovation-focused ETF lost all of its gains in 2022, plummeting 55.3% during the larger decline in growth and technology stocks. The fund has gained slightly more than 20% since May 11 due to a temporary bounce in tech and cryptocurrency sectors, but this has failed to appease Wood's most vociferous detractors.
Well, I think China banning mining was very helpful in that regard.
Yes.
And so the U.S. was the biggest beneficiary of that. I think 34 or 5% of the mining now is taking place here in the United States, and Kazakhstan also. We're seeing people like Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey, who both care an awful lot about the environment, trying to figure this problem out. And in fact, what I just mentioned about Bitcoin becoming a part of Bitcoin mining, becoming a part of a utility ecosystem, came out of research that we at ARK had done. We were able to dimension how much the solar and wind would proliferate, how much faster it would proliferate with Bitcoin mining as a part of the ecosystem, as opposed to without it. I think that research is starting to bear fruit. We're seeing utility ecosystems. They're getting the plot, and they're looking for new ways to profit. And in the meantime, or in the process, they will be accelerating the shift towards renewables.
Bloomberg reports that Wood's 9 ETF have attracted $167 million in investment this year, indicating that investors are not leaving ARK despite its continued difficulties. Wood's frequent appearances on Bloomberg TV, CNBC, and other markets-focused channels have garnered her a legion of fans, many of whom refer to her as Cathie B on Reddit stock-picking message boards.
Just ask the people in El Salvador. And recently, President Bukele of El Salvador had a conversation with President Erdogan of Turkey because they are going through a currency crisis. And so I think the emerging markets are going to adopt this kind of monetary system increasingly, because their own monetary systems, very dependent often on the dollar or on the euro or someone else who does not control the population. They would prefer not to be dependent on politicians. This doesn't involve politicians. So that's the monetary revolution. And we think that it's going to proliferate faster. Emerging markets are very interested, except for China, of course. They're interested in making the digital yuan.
Wood is also willing to offer boldly bullish forecasts for risky assets. In the past year, she has projected that Tesla's market capitalization will reach $5 trillion by 2026 and that Bitcoin's price will reach $1 million by the end of the decade. This has helped her attract younger investors who entered the market during the last 2 years of market expansion. Wood and her colleagues also prefer to brush off bad results by reaffirming their long-term investment approach. In January, ARK's research chief told Insider that he is only interested in the 5-year return potential of a stock. However, charisma and optimism are insufficient to save Wood's portfolio from a 50% drop, and investors will leave if losses continue to accumulate.
The second revolution is in the financial services industry. We do believe that DeFi, decentralized finance, is going to usurp the role of most financial services companies today. Most financial services companies are middlemen, and DeFi takes the middlemen out of the equation. You know, in the early days, some of your viewers may know of Lending Club, and it took some middlemen out of the equation, was able to offer higher rates to savers and lower rates to borrowers, and became very, very popular very quickly. Well, put that on steroids. That's what we have going on in DeFi. And again, it's a global movement. All of these are global. They are not, they're not being governed by any particular nationality. Now, regulators are now turning their sights on DeFi.
Yes.
My observation is that regulators want to protect the little guy, the average investor. That's their mandate, and that's good. Prevent frauds and other such things.
So, what do you think about the impact of regulation in the Bitcoin space? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with the next video. Thank you so much for watching.